Alex in the chat says, after seeing that I'll be talking at the Ohio Brewers Conference, I was wondering if you could elaborate on what you think a head brewer's job is when mentoring others trying to get ahead, grow in the industry. Yeah, I am going to be talking at the Ohio Brewers Conference. It's actually going to be, it's January 31, February 1 of 2023. I also have my fingers crossed. I have the same talk submitted for Craft Brewers Conference, I believe in Tennessee for 2023. I believe the title is something along the lines of leadership and building quality teams that create stability and foster growth, innovation in the brew house. It sounds like a professional title talk. So if I have anybody out there that is hooked up on the CBC level, holla at me. I want to do that talk there too. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that because it is something where I talk obviously more about leadership. And I think that is one of the underrated things that comes into play. I think a lot of times when people think about getting in on the pro side, they think about their skills as a brewer and their knowledge as a brewer. But really, most of us that get into this field and do work their way up, you become a manager and you become a people leader, right? Yeah, I'm going to be giving a talk on that. What do I see the head brewer's job is when mentoring others trying to grow? First of all, it doesn't have to. Brewers can have different philosophies about this. There's nothing wrong with a brewer at a brewery wanting to have people that are shift workers that do specific tasks and not really looking at the development side of it. That's totally up to them, and that's totally their right. It's easy to make the argument in one sense that there's so much transition in this industry. There's so many people moving from job to job that on some level you can't fault them for not wanting to pour extra effort or energy into training up their people beyond that point. It does so happen that I take a different take on it. My thought is now, but I'll also say this. I taught at-risk kids for 10 years before I started doing this. I do very much have the heart of a teacher, and I love training. And it's my personality. It's who I am. It's one of the big reasons that I love doing what I do. So for me, it's a huge part of it, man. For me, it's a huge part of it. I see, being a mentor in the industry, developing people within the industry, I see as a key role in my job. One on a personal level, because I've had people help me into the industry, and so I feel as if there's duty and doing that for others. But also I feel like it's, I don't know, it's best for the brewery that I'm working. It's best for my work. It's best for the workplace that I'm in every day of the week, right? I would rather put a lot of energy into people, train people, and roll the dice on losing them, and have awesome people to work with, than not, right? Than have unskilled people working for me, and I'm constantly cleaning up their messes because I'm not training. But that's just me personally. My hope is at the end of my career as a brewer, I would love people to say, and he was one of the guys you wanted to learn from. That was the spot you wanted to get into, to grow, to have opportunity, to learn, to be challenged. And then also to be given the opportunities to grow in whatever direction you want to grow. Not whatever direction, but I mean, on some level, I think a brewery and a business should be at least open to having the vision of the business going forward, in some ways guided by the talented, trusted people that work for them. I think that's a I think that's a big thing. I think that's a big thing. So that's kind of my take on that. Again, I understand why some people don't do that stuff, and I can't necessarily speak for those folks, but that's how I try to approach it. And so, like when Maggie went off to Urban, I mean, my hope is, again, Maggie, my assistant brewer, who just took another job at Urban Artifact in Cincinnati. My hope is she goes there, and the staff there is like, damn, this girl knows what she's doing, right? Like she's an asset. And I think that's, probably what's happening, because girl is an asset, So anyways, I think training people and treating people well are good for you professionally as well, right? All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you feel as if you got any value out of the video, please like and subscribe. There are also other videos that you can watch. They're gonna maybe be over here or over here. Appreciate you watching.